The post-punk movement begat some really interesting and unique artists. The B-52s were a quintet of college town outsiders, most of them LGBTQ and known for their love of partying. They added something wild and absolutely necessary to the music scene in the late 70s and the early 80s. This is the story of the B-52s. One day in 1976, Cindy Wilson and her brother Ricky, along with three of their friends, Kate Pearson, Keith Strickland, and Fred Schneider, all went out for Chinese food in their hometown of Athens, Georgia. The story goes, the five of them shared a flaming volcano cocktail, and then went home and started an impromptu jam session. Their chemistry and the fun that they had while they were playing prompted them to start a band together. Cindy was one of the original vintage girls. She was obsessed with the early 60s and dressed the aesthetic well into the 70s because she thought it was fun. This included a big beehive hairstyle, a look that in the South was already nicknamed a B-52, since the shape of it looked like the nose of a bomber. The clever duality of the term, kitschy hairdo slang meets military imagery, captured the playful cultural mashup that the band was interested in projecting. It was the perfect band name. They were kind of undefinable genre-wise. Their music was based in rock, with fun guitar riffs and killer vocals, but it had the experimental quality of new wave, the rebellious sanctimony of punk rock, with a surf rock undertone that made the music fun and danceable. The band's first single started as a riff that Ricky told his sister was the stupidest guitar line you've ever heard. It would become the basis for Rock Lobster. This song is like pure energy, lightning in a bottle, as they say. The lyrics and the concept for the song came from Fred Schneider, who said it was inspired by Atlanta's 2001 Club, which was a popular disco at the time. And they would project images on the walls of the club, like lobsters and other nonsensical things frying on a grill. Suddenly it came to him, Rock Lobster. Of course. It was just a silly fun story about a beach party that is crashed by a bunch of marine animals, including a rock lobster who comes and takes off a part of someone's ear in this chaotic and silly scene. It was meant to be a little bit absurdist and just kind of carefree fun. The song started out as an underground hit, released by DB Records in Atlanta in 1978, and it got them the opportunity to play lots of famous live clubs in New York and Los Angeles, like the famous CBGBs, where the New York punk scene absolutely loved them. This version of the song was a lot faster and more raw sounding than the mainstream version that we all know, which would be released a year later on their debut album, after the band were signed to Warner Brothers. The song was so big and beloved that it famously inspired John Lennon, who'd been in retirement enjoying fatherhood since the mid-70s, to get back out there and make music again. Interesting things were clearly happening. And for the B-52s, of course, it was only the beginning of a long, stunning career.